What do you think of Martin tonight?
I thought he was good. I thought the third inning he ran into a little bit of trouble, but there's a couple innings where he made some really good pitches to get out of it. I think he just showed his experience, the composure. I thought the first two innings were really good. In that third inning, like I said, got some guys on base, but made a pitch, kept it to a minimum, got the ground ball double play there, and then the next inning did the same thing. So he made pitches, got us into the fifth inning. At that point we were, only down one. I know when Holland came in and made it a 3-1 game. I thought Greg did a good job getting out of the inning with bases loaded, nobody out, only giving up one run. But overall, I thought our pitching was actually decent. Kept us in the game. We just obviously couldn't get anything going offensively, and that play that Grichuk made obviously changed the whole game. It was a 3-run homer that would have given us the lead, but unfortunately did not. And heck of a play. But that changed the whole game because our pitching, everybody we kind of lined up later in the game, would have changed things. But we just couldn't get anything going offensively.
With Martin, that play with Lowe, was there a miscommunication there? If he got hit to Lowe and Martin was late.
Yeah, that's just Martin not getting over. He'll tell you that. He's got to cover first base. That's PFP 101. That's ball hit to the right side. Any pitcher, he knows they got to get over. I don't think you don't know if the first baseman's going to go after or the second baseman. At that point, as a pitcher, your job is to just get to first base. And Martin knew right away. He knew he was supposed to be there.
Could you take us through the replay decision and just how it was made?
On your challenge, could you take us through that challenge, just how it was made?
Oh, no, he just said he was out.
Yeah.
It's simple as that.
Yeah, I mean, just you saw it, yeah.
Yeah, our guy looks out. I can't tell, and I don't have the information in front of me. I can't tell if it's slow motion or not. Obviously our instant replay guy tells us yes or no, and Bobby Wilson was who calls down to the replay guy knew right away. I mean, he looked at me and just said, "Hey, challenge it, he's out." So, it's a good job by Nate. I thought he was safe. Seeing it in fast motion, I did not think he got his foot back on there, but obviously by about an inch he did.
I feel like if this 5-game stretch happens in June or July, this isn't that big of a deal. But because it's the beginning of the season, what are you seeing from Marcus right now?
I think I don't think he felt good, and I'm not going to. He's not one to make any excuses, but he felt terrible in Toronto. Like he was under the weather. He didn't feel great, and I don't know if he wants me saying anything about that, but I'll say it because I know that he wasn't 100%, and I think that had a little bit of a residual effect coming home. I think with everything just happening here, I think maybe here, maybe today was a little bit more pressing than physically not feeling good, but I'm not worried about him. I mean, I know that he wants success, and he signed a big deal here, and I just don't want him to put the weight of the world on his shoulders. What he does is he's going to figure it out. He'll get himself back right. I think the off day will really help him. I think it'll honestly help all our guys. Not ideal to start 1-4. I don't think anybody in that room has lost any hope at all. It's it's a long season, and we know we're going to win the battle long term. But obviously it would have been nice to get a couple wins here at home. But we get an off day, enjoy it. Rest our bodies and minds, and come back and fight on Thursday.
You mentioned the pitching, but a couple big defensive double plays and just the defense overall. Abania's at third. Were you impressed with that side tonight?
Yeah, no, Andy made a heck of a play down the line. One thing I've said to Rags many times is he's a good diver. He showed that in spring training. When he dives, he usually catches it. That's a heck of a play. It saved a double right there to start the inning. But the two double plays, really good turns. Corey and Marcus, they did a good job just getting those really, really efficient turns. And obviously when we needed them, kept us in the game at the time.
What were you seeing offensively? Obviously, you said you couldn't really get anything going. What was really going on?
We had 5 walks, which was cool. We had some good at bats, but we just didn't string anything together. I felt like looking at the video after the at bats, there were some good pitches to hit. We just weren't hitting them. And then other ones, Cool had a good slider going. I mean, he's got some serious horizontal, and all the guys we faced after that, have pretty good arms as well. But we just never got, really anything one after another. I felt like that second inning, 2 really good at bats, and the Dulles on the 3-2 pitch. It was a good pitch, man. It was down and away, just a tough pitch to take there. Probably was a ball, but it's a tough 3-2 pitch to take. But I thought his at bat up to that point was really good. So I mean, right there, we're one pitch away from being bases loaded, nobody out. And hats off to him. He made a pretty good pitch and made some pretty good pitches to Calhoun after that, and kept that inning to a minimum where I thought we were going to score a lot of runs. But that was kind of the ball game at that point. They came back and scored 2 right after that.
I was curious about the usage of Greg Holland. He's kind of been a late innings guy, but he was warming in the 4th inning, brought him in the 5th. Was that a leverage situation or matchups, or what was the?
Yeah, we didn't want to have. Honestly, we didn't want him to go a full inning today. He was kind of like a bailout option, and that represented a pretty good situation to bail out, especially at that part of the lineup. One thing about our pitching right now, I know we have a 10-man bullpen, but we're trying to limit although we had 2 guys go back to back again today. With our starters going a little bit shorter, we knew that it would put a little stress on our bullpen. So. Greg is, I know from the experience factor, you can put him in any situation. He's gonna, he's not gonna get rattled, and he kind of showed that today. In that spot that could have won us the game, and if Seager's ball goes out, it probably does win us the game. The fact that he was able to, weasel his way out of that with bases loaded, nobody out, only giving up 1 there. So, I think that with Greg, it's, I just trust him. And I think that our staff trusts him, in any situation. But today he was just basically only bailout. He ended up having to get 3 outs in the inning, which is not what we wanted. But, he did a good job.
After rough initial outings for both King and Spores, do you feel like they're back on track?
Yeah, I think Sporzy, righted the ship in his second outing, and today he was better. I don't love the full count, the 3-2 counts every time, but I thought the last batter, he attacked the zone and made good pitches and getting 1, 2, 3 inning with two strikeouts. But King is, he only gets in trouble when he gives up weak hits. I don't think he ever gets hit hard. They're usually little dribblers or ground balls that find holes or choppers over his head, something of that nature. But his stuff looks good. He feels healthy. In fact, he was going back out, for the 10th if we would have tied the game there. And that tells a lot. Like, this kid wants to pitch, and he feels good physically.